Let's have a look at the trending topics. So as always, every single day, a new twist and a new trend that is associated with either Thabo Bester or Dr. Nandipa's name. And this one, of course, is now for Dr. Nandipa, and everybody's talking to this story. So it's no surprise that she's sitting right at the top there. And I mean, I don't know, is there anything more? I know the big one, I suppose, that came out yesterday was the Health Professionals Council of South Africa saying it's going to investigate allegations that Dr. Nandipa has been operating with a suspended medical license. So I know that was the one thing to come out. Her father, who appeared in court yesterday as well, had been, he's there on a charge of murder. So that adds an entirely different twist to the whole thing. This story,
it keeps on giving.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen the end of it, not by any stretch of the imagination. We've got G4S in Parliament today. They have been subpoenaed because they were a no-show last week, but it's going to be very interesting to listen to their explanation about what actually happened, and also about letters that were written by whistleblowers that didn't find their way to the people they were destined for. Yeah. So there's a lot that G4S has to explain. But yeah, Nandipa, Thabo Bester, they will continue trending until, I suppose, there's some resolution to the story.
And also getting them back into the country from Tanzania, where they were apparently apprehended over the weekend. All right, Bongani Fassi, that's another trending topic. And this story is one that's, it's been around and rumbling for a while, but again, it's come through here, a backup again quite a lot. So the story is Bongani Fassi, apparently after sharing some pictures or a video, and this was all after an unknown machete-wielding man in Randburg allegedly attacked him. And this was sort of what got everybody speaking. It's like, what happened? How does something like that happen? He was left with 2 gaping wounds after an attack by an unknown man. So this happened over the weekend, and many questions being asked about this one.
And that's the Bongani Fassi trend. Let's move on to the next one, which is, of course, load shedding. Ooh. And yeah, I have had my fair share of load shedding since yesterday. You know, stage 5 has hit me.
Yeah.
I was forced to go to bed at 8 last night. And woke up and there was still darkness in my life. So yeah.
I know I mean, you know, it's load shedding, and then it's a failure of our substation, and that was what happened in our area apparently. You know how they tell you when you do go off and you come back on, please switch off everything because the system gets overloaded, and then the substation has a fault and trips, and then they got to come out and fix it, but they cannot fix it during load shedding, so they have to rush there between the load shedding hours, which is never enough time, because then a couple of hours later you're off again. So,
and of course the criminal element gets in there, because when there's load shedding they go and dig up and steal the cable, so it's a never-ending cycle.
Unbelievable. All right, anyway, so Mamelodi is also a trending topic. There's quite a few things associated with Mamelodi, whether you want to look at sundowns, that's one thing, but the big one, of course, is this pylon that collapsed, and not one, 5 of them that were basically on the ground, and so many areas are out of electricity at the moment, and they just haven't got there. I know I'm reading from Councillor Celias Brunk in the area saying, morning residents, I want to wish you all a productive week. This was yesterday, by the way. I haven't seen an update as yet regarding the pylon's collapse and power outages in Pretoria, East and Mamelodi. Our teams are prioritizing this matter. We're making some progress with a few areas already reconnected. That was about 20 hours ago.
Yeah.
So not sure what the update is, but that's that. And on top of it, there's also water problems within Mamelodi, and a lot of disruptions, in some cases, some areas completely cut off.
And indeed, the man thought to be John Wick. You remember that whole John Wick story?
I also saw that, yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's been shot and killed.
Wow.
So there's a lot happening in Mamelodi.
Indeed. All right, so those are your trending topics for this morning.